So I haven't had eggs for weeks, and since I woke up this morning, all I could think about is eggs. It just would not leave my mind all day. And for the longest time, I've been meaning to try a Gordon Ramsay recipe, but I didn't want to spend $100 on making a beef Wellington. So I've combined these two things, and I've decided to make Gordon Ramsay's scrambled egg recipe.
Eggs, come on, we all love them.
This is Should You Try It? This is the show where I try viral recipes so you don't have to. And today we're trying the most complicated scrambled egg recipe I've ever seen. You need 4 ingredients. You need some creme fraiche, you need eggs, you need butter, and you need chives. So I'm gonna jump into this recipe and I'm gonna let you know if you should try it or not. All right, so let's jump into this recipe. We got our eggs, we got our creme fraiche, we got our chives, and we got some butter. And it's time to make this scrambled eggs. You're gonna start off by cracking 6 eggs into a cold pot. I got kind of a ghetto pot. Gordon Ramsay has some hexagonal non-stick pot, but this is like a normal house, so I don't have that. We're gonna crack all our eggs in, and we're gonna add a knob of butter. I don't know exactly how much a knob is, like I'm not British, but I'm gonna put in this corner that he put in the video. And now we're gonna put it on the heat. I have it on high heat. It's gonna take a while to heat this pot because my pot is kind of thick. And we're gonna heat up the pot and stir around the edges. We're not gonna whisk. That's the main thing he's preaching. Do not whisk your eggs.
We never whisk our eggs before we cook them.
So I'm gonna stir it around, make sure to get the sides off of the pot, get maximum yield, as he says. And once I've got it ready, I'm gonna take it off the heat. I'm gonna keep stirring it for the next 10 to 30 seconds, and then it's back on the heat. And you're gonna repeat that for 3 minutes. Now, could I be bothered? Not really. Was I scared that I was doing it wrong the entire time? 150,000%. I saw the eggs not clumping up and not like becoming scrambled and just staying as this kind of liquid, and I was worried. But after a while, I started getting these clumps, and then I was worried that I was getting too many clumps. So it's kind of a tough balancing act. Gordon's obviously perfected this over years, but I'm trying to get it right. But I have kind of gotten it to the consistency in his video, and I'm gonna add some creme fraiche in there, and that's gonna help cool down the mixture. Am I sure that this is gonna work? Not really. But after you've added the creme fraiche, it's cooled down the mixture, you can add some salt. So I'm gonna add a pinch of pink salt into my my scramble here. Gonna mix it all up, gonna go through the process for 1 more minute. And apparently that's all you got to do. So now the recipe is done, and now it's time to try our scrambled eggs. But here's a moment of truth. I'm gonna try his scrambled eggs. I'm not really a fan of chives, but I'll put them in for authenticity. And let's give this a bite. This is a pretty good yield. It's probably enough scrambled eggs for 2 people. Well, let's have a taste. This is probably one of the best scrambled eggs I've had so far. It's hard to judge, but the first thing that jumps off the page with this is how different the texture is to our normal scrambled eggs. Sometimes you get a scrambled egg that's just really clumpy. Those are usually the ones I make, I'm gonna be real. And sometimes you get really, really wet ones, like the ones in the bain marie trays at like a buffet. They're just really wet and sloppy. This is in between those. It's like, it's kind of wet, but and moist, but it's not really clumpy either, you know? Like it's in between those two things. It's a little bit wet and moist, but it's also got more structural integrity, so it's not just slimy. I really, really like the texture of this. I mean, flavor-wise, it's just egg. It's just egg and creme fraiche. So it's a bit of a creamier egg than just egg by itself. Yeah. You get like these pockets of where the creme fraiche is. It's kind of entered into the egg. I like this, man. I like this. Final thought. This is definitely one of the best scrambled eggs I've ever had. I'm not saying this just because it's Gordon Ramsay. Like, it's just a genuinely good. It's like I said, it's in between clumpy and wet and slimy. Like, it's the perfect kind of in the middle texture. The flavor is good. I didn't know creme fraiche could go with eggs. I didn't even know what creme fraiche is. I thought it was creme fraiche, F-R-E-S-H, but it's not. This is a good scramble, and it doesn't matter that it took me 4 times longer than a normal scrambled egg. Doesn't change the fact that Gordon Ramsay made it. This is still a good egg. Yeah, it's certified. You got to try this on special occasions only. That's the stamp I'm giving today. For more videos like this, if you want to see me make someone else's recipe, comment down below, and I'm going to jump onto it and make that video. If you like this kind of content, like, subscribe, and I'll come up with these videos every single week. If you want to see me do more than that, then liking and subscribing helps as well. But I'll see you guys next week with the next viral recipe.